So, good morning everyone. I'm Mary Joy Nangoy. So, my report is all about sisal, which is the scientific name is Agave sisalana. So, the table of content, industry situation, historical context, plant morphology and anatomy, soil and climatic requirements, recommended varieties and their characteristics, basic plant propagation and nursery management, land preparation and field layout planting, irrigation and water management, fertilizer and nutrient management, specialized production management, then pest and disease management, and last, harvesting and post-production. So, agave plant is recognized as a fiber crop. So, there are the several key industry situations. So, first, the market demand. So, yung agave plant is natural fibers lang ini din. Ginasustain ini as textiles, construction, and bioplastic. So, particularly yung ginagamiton na varieties is agave sisalana kay madoyang kanaan quality. So, second is sustainability and environmental benefits. So, yung agave plant isab is on kanaan beneficial, which is maghahatag ng eco-friendly, di na kinahanglan ng fertilizer para lang bukuan madyo yung kanaan tubo, which is di sabian efficient ng tubig. So, third is economic opportunity. So, yung agave plant di lang mahimong ini as fiber production, which is ang gihapong kanaan opportunity na makahimo ng beverage such as tequila din mezcal. So, fourth is competition with other fibers. So, agave plant fibers musta nga kanaan mga competition ng established natural fibers like jute, hemp, and cotton. So, historical context. So, since 19th century, the Industrial Revolution is further boosted the demand for sisal, leading to large-scale cultivation in Mexico, Brazil, and Caribbean. So, ngini na time is amanang na i-recognize na yung agave plant is para sa fiber crops o makahimo ng fiber production. So, sa modern context, sa 20th century is mas siya recognized na yung agave plant as fiber production or fiber crops. So, ginavalue nila as durability and biodegradability. So, sa ancient uses, pre-Columbian era, so yung mga indigenous people is yung kauna pag-recognize na yung agave fibers is madaig, mahimuan na purpose, which is ginahimo nila as ropes, mats, and textiles. Din yung colonial period din sa 16th to 19th century. So, among ini yung European colonization. So, ka-increase dayang demand ng agave fibers. So, yun na time is yung agave production or fiber production is gina-export na nila. So, the plant morphology and anatomy. So, leaf structures. Mesophyll. Inside the leaf, there are 2 layers of mesophyll. So, the palisade mesophyll, which contains chloroplast for photosynthesis. Then yung spongy mesophyll, which facilitates gas exchange. So, cuticle. So, yung purpose ng cuticle is to reduce water loss. Then, vascular tissue. Among ini yung contain ng vascular bundles made up of xylem and phloem. So, yung xylem mo yung transport ng water and minerals from the roots onto the leaves. While yung phloem, amo yung mag-distributes ng sugar produced during photosynthesis. So for stem anatomy, so meaning meristematic tissue, this tissue is responsible for new growth at the apex of the plant. Then yung vascular system, ang pagka-similar na ansang leaves, stems, then ga-contain ng vascular bundles naga-support para pag-transport or para sa functions. So the morphology, the rosette structure of agave plants form a massive rosette structure with numerous succulent leaves, allowed water conservation and leaching. The leaf characteristics, which is the size and shape of the agave plant. The leaves are long, ranging from 1 to 2 meters in length and 15 to 25 centimeter in width. They are smooth, tough, and nearly rigid. So for the surface features, the leaves have a deep gutter that often causes them to recurve at the tip. They possess serrated edges with straight or curved turns along the margins. So for the inflorescence of agave plants, they produce a cute atoll of flowering stalk reaching 9 meters, attracting pollinators. Most species die after flowering, but some produce bulbils or offsets before that. So for the soil and climatic requirements, so among iniyang soil requirements ng agave plants. So first, the well-drained soil. So yaga prefer yang agave plant sang sandy or loamy soils para makaprovide ng excellent drainage. Then heavy clay soils can lead to root rot. So for pH level ng agave plants is slightly acidic to neutral pH. Third, the nutrient rich. So yung agave plant is mutubog gihapon sang poor soils. Din makabenefit ng nutrient rich environment. So sang soil texture is mas preferable yung agave plants as a coarse textured soils para maalaw yung better aeration and drainage. So for climatic requirements of agave plant is yung temperature is thrives in warm climates. Then ideally with temperature is ga range dapat ng 20 Celsius to 30 Celsius. Then 68 Fahrenheit to 86 Fahrenheit. So full sun is essential for agave plant para madayon kanaan development, kanaan growth, then quality. So ga require subsini at least 6 to 8 hours for direct sunlight. So rainfall. So agave is drought tolerant and prefers low to moderate rainfall. So para maiwasan sin ina scenario is dapat ka prefer ng good drainage para prevent yung waterlogging. So for humidity, so ga prefer lang ng low to moderate humidity levels. Din kung much moisture, makapromote ng fungal diseases. So there are the 8 recommended varieties under characteristic of agave plants. So first, the Agave americana, which is called century plant. Second, the Agave tequilana, which is called blue agave. So third, the Agave parye, the parye agave. Fourth, Agave dismithiana, the smooth agave. Fifth, the Agave filifera, the trade agave. So the six varieties is Agave Victoriae Regini, the Queen Victoria agave, the Agave Schizera, the Black Spike agave. So the last varieties is the Agave Bracteosa, the Squat agave. So the Agave Americana, their characteristic is large rosettes with thick, spiny leaves, can grow up to 6 feet tall. It has a dramatic flower spike that can reach 30 feet, drought tolerant, and prefers folly sun. So for the Agave tequilana, their characteristic is the primary plant used to produce tequila. It has blue-green leaves and can grow to about 5 feet tall. It prefers well-drained soil and full sun. So for Agave parigi, their characteristic is smaller rosette, typically around 2 to 3 feet in diameter. It has thick, gray-green leaves with prominent spines. It's hardy and drought tolerant. So for Agave dismetiana, their characteristic is forms a large, open rosette with soft, smooth leaves and can grow up to 5 feet with wide and prefer fall sun. It's also drought tolerant. So for Agave filifera, their characteristic is smaller agave with long, narrow leaves that have curly filaments along the edges. So the grows to about 2 to 3 feet and prefers well-drained soils. So for Agave victoriae regini, their characteristic is compact rosette with dark green leaves and striking with markings. It typically grows to about 1 to 2 feet tall. They also prefers partial shade to full sun direct. So Agave skirigera, their characteristic is smaller agave with dark green, narrow leaves and dark spines, grows about 1 to 2 feet tall and it is suitable for rock gardens. So for Agave bracteosa, their characteristic is unique rosette shape with long curved leaves, generally smaller, reaching about 2 feet tall. It prefers well-drained soil and also fall sun. So for basic plant propagation and their nursery management, so first the temperature control. To maintain warm temperature conducive to growth, most agaves prefer temperature above Fahrenheit. So 60 to Fahrenheit to 15 Celsius. To protect outdoor plants from frost during colder by using clutches or bringing potted plants indoors. So second, the fertilization. Apply a diluted liquid fertilizer during the growing season every few weeks to promote healthy growth, but avoid over-fertilizing as they can lead to weak growth. So for pest management, regularly inspect plant for pests such as mealybugs and scale insects. Manual removal or biological controls can help also manage infestations effectively. So third, the pruning and maintenance. Remove the dead or damaged leaves, especially the periodically using clean shears while wearing gloves due to sharp spines on some agave species. So last, the monitoring growth. Keep track of growth patterns and health indicators in your nursery setup. Then adjust care practices based on observed needs, such as light levels or moisture requirements. So for the land preparation and field layout planting of agave is first the site selection. So choose a selection that receive fall sun. Then second, the soil testing. Conduct a soil test to determine pH and nutrient levels. Third, clearing the area. Remove any existing vegetation such as rocks, debris, and etc. So the last is tilling the soil. Tilt the soil to a depth of about 12 inches to improve aeration and drainage. For mulching, applying mulch around plants offers multiple benefits. So among ini, so it help retain moisture, reduces weed competition, and improves soil structure, and enhances organic matter content over time. For irrigation management, it's immediately after planting to establish an irrigation schedule tailored to soil type. Then, sandy soils may require daily watering initially, while heavier soils may need less frequent irrigation. So, after care, continuous monitoring, post-transplanting ensures healthy growth, regularly check moisture levels, apply fertilizer as needed, then manage weeds through mulching or manual removal. So for the field layout, the layout of the field is crucial for maximizing space and ensuring proper air circulation around each plant. So spacing must be in species of agave being planted. Spacing can vary significantly generally. Larger varieties like Agave americana should be spaced about 6 to 10 feet apart, while smaller varieties can be closer together at about 3 to 5 feet apart. So the row orientation, must be aligned rows in a north-south direction if possible. This allows even sunlight exposure throughout the day. So the pathways, the design must be in between rows wide enough and for maintenance, equipment, and easy access for harvesting or care task. So also the pathways also help with air circulation, which is beneficial in preventing disease. So for irrigation and water management, the irrigation techniques must be drip irrigation. So this method is effective, delivering water directly to the root zone and to minimizing the evaporation. So second, the flood irrigation. So in some cases, this can be used, but care must be taken to avoid waterlogging. So for water management, soil moisture monitoring, regular monitoring of soil moisture, help in making informed irrigation decisions and ensuring plant receive water when needed without overwatering. So for mulching, applying only organic or inorganic mulch around the base of agave plant to help retain soil moisture and reduces evaporation. So lastly, the rainwater harvesting. So utilizing rainwater collection systems can provide supplementary water during dry periods to promoting sustainability. So for fertilizer and nutrient management, agave plants required a balanced slow-release fertilizer with an NPK ratio within 5 to 10 to 5 for root development. So for organic alternatives, in addition to synthetic fertilizers, organic amendments can also enhance soil fertility naturally. So this is the several key nutrient management. So first, the compost. It's incorporating compost into the planting hole before establishing an agave to provide a slow release of nutrient as it decomposes. So lastly, the dehydrated manure. It using well composted manure can enrich soil without introducing high salinity levels that might harm container grown specimens, specimens rather. So for the specialized production management, so the planting techniques, so yung agave plants are propagated through seedlings, typically 8 to 11 cm long. So yung harvested naan or maturity is 3-year-old plants, then pre-treated within fungicide and insecticides. Then yung best harvesting scene is during dry seasons with proper spacing for air circulations and sunlight penetration. So additionally, the crop maintenance, regular monitoring and removal of weeds, then fertilization. Fertilizer should be applied based on soil test and pH levels naan. And also crop needs, ensuring that agave receives balanced nutrition without over-fertilizing. So also the growth monitoring, monitor environmental conditions like temperature and rainfall, tracking milestone using an agronomic calendar to determine plant and also readiness of harvest. So for harvesting of agave plants, so must be reaches optimal maturity, then typically after 5 years using coatals. Then so for post harvesting of agave sisalana is immediately processing from processing after harvest to help maintain fiber quality and prevent also degradation. So for the pest and disease management, so the common pest of agave plant is agave weevil. So their causes may be wilting and death of plant. So the mealybugs and aphids also, this pest feed on the plant sap and can lead to stunted growth and disease transmission. So for the common diseases of agave plant is fusarium wilt. So these diseases this disease can cause yellowing and wilting. It thrives in poorly drained soils and bacteria. So the soft rot. So this disease is excessive moisture causing soft, mushy spots on leaves. Then the root rot, often caused by overwatering and poor drainage, leading to root damage and plant decline. So for the harvesting and post-production, this is the harvesting process of agave plant. So the agave leaf harvesting is a manual process requiring careful handling. Older 1 meter long leaves are selected due to fiber content differences. So the dry weather is ideal for optimal harvesting to prevent moisture degradation. So for post-harvest processing, so amo dang ini yang harvesting process. So decortication. So kumaglaong kita na decortication, amo dang ini yang harvested leaves, then must be clean, then pass through a decorticator machine so that strips away non-fibrous material. So second, the washing. So the extracted fibers are washed and must be washed in water to remove any residual sap or impurities. So magalaong kita da sap or impurities apo dang iningawang mga lipa. Third, the drying. So after washing, the fibers are laid out into sunlight to dry thoroughly para madali matahay. So yung proper drying is crucial to prevent mold growth and preserve fiber strength. So baling, kung magalaong kita na baling is amodang ngawon yang ama saan yang so lastly the billing. So magalaong kita na billing is yang fibers is ya package da. So basically di ida ma-delay para diretso ma-transport. So for quality control, so the timing is must be ga-occur yan sang optimal maturity or optimal times yang leaf maturity ideal. Din sang environmental condition should be conducted in under favorable weather condition such as sunny days para ma-avoid yung moisture related issues. So sang storage condition is dapat yaka conditions yung build fibers must be stored in dry environment to prevent degradation.